Welcome back to another video on my channel, math_exe. And in this chapter of percentage, I'm going to talk about percentage increase, and I'm going to generalize a formula, and let's do some examples later on. So something like a percentage increase type of problem is like so. So if B is obtained from increasing A by R%. So how can we express R in terms of A and B? So this is what I mean by generalizing this formula. So first we can just rewrite a equation in terms of B, A, and R. So we know that B is obtained from increasing A by R%. So what that means is we have A itself plus whatever the increase is. In this case, it's R% times A. And then from here we can just do some isolation for the A terms to express this in R%. So first we can just subtract both sides by A. I'll just write this right here. It's already obvious to divide both sides by A. And finally, since we're dealing with percentages, it's probably safe for us to multiply this by 100%. So finally, we're left with R% is equal to B minus A over A, and we're going to multiply this by 100%. There we go. And I should have said that B must be greater than A, since we're dealing with percentage increase and B is obtained from increasing A, so that means it's pretty obvious that B is greater than A. So just keep a side note right here. Alright, with this in mind, we can just look at some examples. You don't really need to memorize this formula. You can just implement the way that I used throughout this step, and then you can just find out the missing variable from there. Alright, let's go into some example. So it says a car is sold at the price of $321 including taxes. If the tax rate is 7%, we need to find the market price of the car and the amount of tax. So one of the examples of percentage increase in daily life is taxes. So for example, if you buy something in a shop, you're always will get charged of a certain amount of tax. So yeah, that's just an example in real life. Alright, we can just set up an equation like here. However, we want to suppose a variable. So let's say the market price will be X. Alright, and then notice that $321 is the price, whatever the price is, in this case X, and then increased by the 7% times the X. Since we're dealing with percentage increase and taxes. Notice that we can rewrite this slightly different by supposing that will be the coefficient of X will be 100% of X. Notice that 100% is just 1, so I did not change the value of this expression. And notice we can just factor things out right here. We can just factor the X out. So we're left with X times the parentheses 100% plus 7% like here. And we can just quickly notice that 100% plus 7 is just 107%. However, we can just rewrite this as 107 over 100. So we'll just rewrite this. There we go. And then we can just do some algebraic stuff right here. We can just multiply 100 and then later divide by 107. However, I'm not going to do that, but you'll end up with a value of x will be equal to $300. And that's the answer for the A part. For the B part, it is very easy. Since you need to find the amount of tax, you can just subtract $221 by $300. So the tax will be as follows, which is $21. Second example is a bit tricky. However, you can just set some variables and then do some substitution. So you know it is given that B is 20% more than A, or in other words, B is obtained by increasing the value of A by 20%. So we can just rewrite an equation of B in terms of A, like so. So if B is A plus the increase, which is just 20% of A. And then quickly knowing that the coefficient of A, we can just set that as 100%, and then just factoring out an A, we can get that this will be also equal to A of 120%. That's just 100% plus 20%. And then quickly simplifying this to get 120 over 100 of A, which will be also equal to, after simplifying this, we'll get that it will be 6 over 5A. There you go. And it's also given that the difference between A and B is 40. And given that the B is larger because B is 20% more. So we know that B minus A is 40. And quickly knowing that B is just 6 over 5 of A, we can just quickly substitute that in. And then we can get that this will simplify into a fifth of A is 40. Multiplying by 5 on both sides, we get that A is equal to 200. And it's also given that if C is 20% more than B, find how larger C is from A. So we need to find the percentage increase from A to C. That's the other words of this. And I should have added this. We want to set this in percentage. Okay, there you go. So again, like the upper step, we can just express C in terms of B. So if C is equal to B, the original value, plus the increase, which is just 20% of B. And then setting this to be 100% times B, and then quickly factoring out a B, we'll get that B, this will equal to B times 120%. Or in a fraction form is 120 over 100 of B. Simplifying the fraction a bit, we can get that this will be also equal to 6 over 5B. And quickly noticing that B is just 6 over 5 of A. So in other words, this is also equal to 6 over 5 multiplied by 6 over 5 of A. That is just 36 over 25 of A. And we may use the percentage increase formula, so we can just do that. And you can also do this, do another way if you want to do the wrong way, by just do it quote unquote logically. You can also do that. So I'm just going to use the formula. So we have our percentage increase, which is R percent, is equal to B minus A, or I shouldn't say use B minus A. I just use some variables. We have our new value n minus our initial value I over I multiplied by 100%. And notice I just changed the variables a bit, so it doesn't really matter. So knowing that our new value is just C, which is just 36 over 25 of A, and our initial value is just A, and this is over A, and then we need to multiply this by 100%. And then we're going to have the numerator simplifying into, we'll get that this will be equal to 11 over 25 of A, and this is over A. And notice this A and A cancel, and then we need to multiply this by 100%. I'll just rewrite this thing again. Notice that this and this will cancel, leaving us with a 4 right here, so we will have 11 times 4%, which is just 44%. So in other words, we can say that C is 44% larger than A. Or we can get C by increasing the value of A by 44%. So I guess that's it for today. I'm going to give you some quote-unquote homeworks for you to do. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.